Hi, I'm Linda Hubbard, and I want to share a little bit of my box art. Actually, I got this idea when I saw boxes at one of my friend's uh, daughter-in-law's baby shower. I inquired and I asked her how did she do the boxes because she said she did them. She said, I just took a regular box, taped it up, put some wrapping paper on it, and voila, it was the boxes that she had. So, fast forward to 2019, I decided to do boxes for my 50th birthday. And I did some, and they were pretty nice. Uh, Relatively simple, but they were beautiful. And the next following month, I decided to do some boxes for my daughter's birthday. I think she maybe probably asked, but anyway, I added some photos, and the rest is history. It took off from there. Now, mind you, I could not cut a piece of paper, like almost literally, prior to that. But since then, I've just been doing the box art now for a little while, and I've been doing it for different people in various occasions. So, I can do different themes, colors, and so forth. So, just want to share a little bit of the box art with you today. So, I'm going to take this box and just show you out there. This is one of my boxes and some things I created here. And this is one for me actually. And you see the stones and some of the details. Just showcasing my poetic skills here and even the creativity with my box art. And this is another side here of the box. Sometimes, a lot of times, I often do maybe two sides. Sometimes I do three on the top port box, and then on the lower I may do two and one at the bottom. Okay, and then this is something I put together here. So I notice the stones that I put on it. Also use the little paint on here. Okay, now I'm gonna do just this side here with you all. Now you see there's a little tape there. So we're gonna see how I could work this. So I'm gonna try to do this as expeditiously as I can. You may not get an opportunity out there to see everything that I do, but I'm gonna try to allow for it to be seen here as I do this. So what I decided I want to do is I want to take and I want to use this picture. Okay, I had it printed out at Walmart. So that's what I do. I print my photos at Walmart for the boxes. Now, when people ask me to do boxes, do they always have photos available? No. So I ask them to send me photos, and I also go onto their Facebook page. Now I'm going to use a little bit of this E6000 glue to put on here to make the box stick. To make the picture stick to the box. So I'm just going to put a little here on the edges and for it to stick here. Now when you use these pictures on the box, a lot of times they're not reusable because they're hard to get off and they don't relatively come off very easily. Now this is a piece of plastic decoration piece that I got from the dollar store. I used this on my daughter's box and I took it off there, so I'm going to recycle that. And since I have this here on the box tape, so I'm going to put it here so you can't like totally see it. And since I have plans for what I want to do with the box, I'm going to try to shift everything over here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually put a little glue on here as well. Just gonna put it here and it will stick very nicely to the box. This paper is very nice, very beautiful, and because my daughter chose rose gold for her graduation, it was difficult for me to find it, so the only option I had was to actually get it off of Amazon. Now, let me see, not Amazon. Well, actually, yes, Amazon. So paper was expensive, but this is very nice quality paper. So when you're cutting the paper for the boxes, you want to do it very neatly and have creases on, on the boxes. It just makes it look so good. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and put it here at the bottom. And I'm gonna try to take it over to the far right. And I wanna leave the portion here available because I'm gonna put some letters here on that side. Okay, so it's gonna be a little difficult to get this to dry with it in that position, but I'm gonna try to tilt it a little bit because I want you out there to be able to see what I'm doing with the box art. Actually, I got something on this picture. I hate when I do that. See if I can get that off here. It's actually some glue, and I have to be careful because it makes it'll make the paint come off on the photo actually. Then I'll be trying to do creative stuff to cover it up. You wouldn't know it, but I would know. Okay, so it's kind of on here for now, so I'll just come back to it, okay? Now, I want to put some letters on here. So actually, I want to put my email address on here. So I actually get letters. I buy things from everywhere. I get them from Dollar General, Hobby Lobby, Anna's, anywhere that I can find letters. Okay, so I'm going to put on here my email address. And I have multiple letters here. I did bring a few so you all could see them. So some numbers, letters. So I get various types and textures, colors. I just stockpile it whenever I see it on sale. I grab some. So I'm going to start up here because my email address is relatively long. It's the word number. So I'm going to take the letter N, put on here. Okay, and I want to make this go over as far as I can because once it gets down here, I don't want it to clash. Okay, so I'm putting this here, and I definitely, the key is to try to make these even as you take them down here. Okay, I end up choosing to do silver because I did not have all the letters in other colors to form what I wanted to form here for the email address. So silver works in case it stands out, makes it pop. So I want to kind of leave a little space in between the letters here. Sometimes I put the rhinestones in between. I'm called the bling queen here because I do have the tendency to just bling everything out here, and so put this on here. I don't know if I started up far enough here, but we shall see. Sometimes I have to take things off, and I don't like to take them off. Certain papers is kind of almost impossible to take them off, but sometimes I don't press as hard in case I need to take them off. I can do so. Okay, my email address is the word number spelled out. Okay, and it's the numeral 1. This is a long email address here. So I'll get the number 1 here. I love these letters because they have not just letters, but they also have symbols. And a lot of the numbers do not have symbols that comes on them. Number 1, and it's poet. So it tells you that I write poetry. I actually had this email address, was number 1 poet, but I don't know, I couldn't remember the password shortly after I formed it. So what I did was ended up doing number 1 poet 33. And as you can see, we're running out of space. So I'm just gonna do number 1 poet on here. So actually, got a little bit of time. I'm going to go back and gently lift the letters. And I'm going to take it up and I'm going to bring them all in closer together so they will all fit on here. And hopefully I can manage to get the entire email address on here instead of just having to do the number one poet now. So I think it's going to work out because I know now that I don't have a lot of space, so I won't worry about leaving so much space in between here. So hopefully you can see me back there. And I love doing this. This is one of these things they say, do something you love so much that you could do it for free. Well, this would be it for me that I would love to do. However, this is very time consuming and expensive because of the material that I have to get. And then I have to go find it in various places when I'm doing certain things. So I did a sip and paint, and that was fun to do, and it was different colors, so it was a little bit easier and more flexible. But when I have fixed colors and fixed themes, sometimes it's a little difficult to find certain things. So that's when I kind of get creative. I'm not an artist, and I'm not good at drawing necessarily, but I have learned how to draw a little bit. Simple things, and I cut them out, put some bling on it, and you will never know that I did it or that I couldn't draw. I don't know. Go figure, right? Okay, so this is shaping up pretty good here with my number one poet. Okay. Try to straighten this up here a little bit. And I've attempted to do videos before, but it just takes so long. So I decided to just go ahead and do all the sides and then share this video with you here. All right, gonna make this as quick as I can, but generally I take my time when I'm working on the boxes here so I can kind of perfect it and prevent errors. Okay, so it's going to be number one poet, 33. Now, I don't know if this photo is right because I really want to do at msn.com. So actually I should use smaller letters next time for this. Actually, there's another box size that I use also that's generally bigger than this one. But this box is it's a small, and I got it from Home Depot. So it doesn't give me a whole lot of space here. But I generally get it from Walmart, and that one's is a little bigger. Okay. So we have number one poet 33. And I was contemplating here whether I should move the photo over and do at msn.com here. And let's see here. If I can move this up a little bit, and I can. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I have some glue here. All right, so now I'm gonna stick this here out there at TV land, or internet land, should I say. And I use a little tape sometimes to get this off. And I'm gonna use just a little paper towel just to wipe the glue here. Hopefully it will not dry here on the box. I always have to have a remedy when something happens, so it will not be noticeable. So that's when the creativeness really kicks in. Okay, now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the @ right here. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I am going to try it out, so I will see. Okay. So I'm gonna do the @ symbol here. So it's a little crooked, but I think that might actually look good. The way that it is. Sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it just adds a little flavor. So I'm gonna do @MSN. Okay. So it's good for advertising. So when I go out, I started doing the spoken word, so I could use this to take it with me if I want, maybe to set up or something at an event that I may be performing the spoken word at. So I've been writing poetry since, well, I don't want to give it away, but for 40 years. But you do see the 53, so I just celebrated my 53rd birthday, so that tells you basically like how long I've been writing poetry. I started out in 5th grade and been writing since 7th grade. And I don't know, I'm all things creative. I love creativity, creating stuff, organizing. I love to bling stuff off, bedazzle stuff here. I also got bling in my car, so I think my name may have been bling in my former life, or perhaps I was royalty or something of that nature. Okay, so now I have MSN and MSN, and I'm gonna do this dot here, MSN dot com. Sometimes I have to put a little glue on these. Some letters don't stick as well, but these are pretty adhesive, so we're good on that. And I can easily remove them and adjust them. That's what I like about these foam little letters here. The paper kind, not so much. Okay, now, almost done here, .com. Okay, take it down a little. Well, I think it looks pretty snazzy here. Okay, so I'm going to improvise here because I'm out of M's, but I'm going to take this W. You'd be surprised, sometimes I would do a totally different letter, and it actually adds a little flavor here. So I'm just going to turn this upside down here to make this .com, okay? So, you see that? Now, I just love this little balloon here. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little balloon, and I want to use this. Actually, it came off a gift bag. And I'm gonna put some glue on it here. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, and then I'm going to put the balloon actually here. And I'm gonna take and put it there because I'm gonna take some rhinestones and run some rhinestones down here. Take it up just a little bit, over a little. Okay. Oops. Now I am making a mess here. Okay. I I generally will work with the box laying flat, but I want you out there to see what I'm doing here. So take and wipe this off before it dries here. I think I've got a little bit here. Sometimes it's easy to take it off once it's dried. Okay, so now that I have that on here, still have a little bit of this tape showing. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this, and I love this paper. It's adhesive, and I'm just gonna cut just a little piece here. And I'm gonna stick it right here. So it's gonna cover up the tape. And it looks pretty. And it goes with the mauve color here. This paper is not the easiest to get loose here. Okay, I have it. So a lot of times I like to use different types of papers to fill in empty spaces and also give it a more creative look here. So I'm gonna put this here, and it's already self-adhesive. Sometimes I have to put a little glue on it, but I already have a little glue there. So, right, so you don't see anything here. Okay, so this has to dry. I really just like this balloon here. Okay, so now I have a lot of rhinestones, and these particular stones I ordered at from Amazon. Okay, we're doing the rose gold theme, so I actually recycled the rose golds from my daughter's graduation party and just used the same colors scheme for my birthday. So I didn't have to replace totally everything since my birthday was coming up. My sister suggested. So she's a genius. Okay, so now I am going to I'm going to do the gold. I have gold also, the gold stones here. And I'm going to do a couple of small stones. And what I'm going to do is I have my glue, and I love this glue because it has the point on it. But I have to be careful because I'm using the small ones. So I'm going to take and put a couple of little dots. So I have to be very careful because if I use the stones are so small, then I will not be able to cover it, and it kind of make a little mess here. Okay, so I love this. This is rhinestones. You use this to get your stones out with. Here, pick your stones up, and it's very, very good. Sometimes it's too good because I can hardly get the stone off here. And so I'm going to put the stone everywhere that I have the glue. So it's like kind of like a balloon with the string. And when I tell you this is generally extremely time consuming to do, because you want to get it right. And my stones do not want to come off this little thing. I think I have a little glue on it here. Sometimes I drop the stones and have to get another one. Different things here. So I have a lot of stones. I think they're just so beautiful. It livens up any photo, any actually project that I do here. Stones just brings it to life. Okay. Almost done here. And see, I wanted to go live with this, but it's difficult because I never know how long it may take. So I just record it here and maybe do some edits. But I kind of would like for people to really see the true process of what I do here in terms of the technicalities behind the scenes stuff that you probably would not show if you were doing this actually professionally. So this is my first video recording of me actually working on my box. I tried before, but it was taking too long to actually show A to Z, so it's virtually impossible. So I just kind of cut to the chase a little bit here by doing most of the sides here, and just, you know, kind of had it in mind already what I wanted to do to try to cut down on the video time here. Okay. Now this is something I love to do, but if I do it, I would have to actually probably charge an hourly rate or flat rate and then an hourly rate or some sort. I'm trying to figure out how I would actually price it. So that is the difficult part here. And I actually constructed a lot of boxes for birthdays. I even did an experimental one at Christmas. So I'll try to see if I can incorporate some of the previous boxes that I've done here. Okay, so there you have it. Now I don't know if I'm going to put anything else here on this box. I'm trying to get this tape off. It's a little difficult to do here. It's going to be a little probably time consuming. I'm just going to see if I can scrape it off without harming the photo. It's a tedious process here with certain things. So you have to have patience when you are doing creative art. And I'm going to put a stone on the edge here, so just to give it a little more bling here and make it stand out here. Okay, for the most part, I have this off here, but not quite. So I know this glue is extremely hard to come off. And so now it's on this photo, so I have to also be creative because now it's gotten on the picture. So I'll probably put a couple of stones here or something to kind of offset this here from where it's kind of just the picture up a little bit. And once I put the stones on, you won't be able to tell it. I laid this picture down and see the surface has to be clean because this could happen. I love these self-adhesive stones and they are very beautiful. Let's see here, I'm gonna use these. Stones here. Well, never mind, since I already have those over there, I am not gonna bother those. But I'm going to, actually, these are really beautiful. A little more iridescent here. Stick one on the corner there. Also, it helps the picture to stay in place, and it looks beautiful. And press it down, hold it for a few seconds. And I'm gonna put one here on this side. And one here on the bottom on this side. And one here on this side. Now, so you see how we have this here, this area exposed where I've had to try to get the glue off here. So I'm just gonna take and put a couple of stones here. Okay, so here goes. Okay, so just about done with these stones here. So sometimes I generally would make a design or something on here to camouflage something when I make a mistake. And it's trial and error because I do things to try to make it look good and also cover it up. So you all out there, you will not know that that these extra stones are something, it's camouflaging a flaw of some sort. Kind of like this idea a little bit here. So I'm going to take it down. There a bit. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple more here. Okay, so looks pretty good. And I'll also take and maybe put something here. Okay, so doesn't stand out as much there. Now, so this is the finished product. And actually I see a little glue here. So I would take and maybe do a couple of more stones here. Take a picture. And it has to dry too, so once it dries, I can actually remove some of it off definitely much easier, as long as it's certain type of paper and it's in a certain area. Okay, and last but not least, okay, and okay. Just kind of want to make sure that these don't clash. Sometimes the adhesive comes away from the little stones here. Okay, so I'm going to add in a few more because it has to kind of make sense here. Okay. Now, I actually rarely do I remove any flaws and take the whole paper off and start over. I don't do that normally at all. So I just kind of learned to be a little more creative here with any type of flaws, as I stated before. And since I'm on a video here, so this doesn't allow me the luxury to actually come up with any more creativity here in terms of some of these stones. Now, I may have possibly picked another color, but because of time, I will not go and try to put another color on here or do anything. And I'm gonna top it off here to give it a nice look. And I'm gonna take some tape. So I already have the tape here, and I'm going to cut it. And I always like to leave a little flap here so I can know where I left out that with the tape, because it's so hard a lot of times to get this tape started back. So I will take and just maybe fold it over here a little. Okay, so I'm going to put this at the top of the box. And this was actually one of these But I thought about it. I said, I can use this on the box. Okay? And voila. This is the finished product. So, just kind of wanted you to see here. And hopefully this looks right. If I was not recording this, I would have possibly taken and probably did something a little differently here. But again, because time will not permit, then I just did it this way. So if you have any questions, please like and subscribe and ask any questions about my box art here. Okay? And I don't know. Hopefully this don't look so spooky or nothing, but I like doing the eyes. I kind of started doing that. And I want to share something, so stay right here. Now, when I say I like to bling, I like to bling. I actually took this photo, and someone gave me an idea to put some bling on it. So the light is shining on here, but I actually put some bling around the collar, bling in the eyes, and bling on the nose because I do have a nose ring. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and do like, subscribe, and leave a comment, okay? Thank you.